I don't even have $100 to put gas in my car, but I really want to buy it. So please call me, please call me. I ended up not buying it. We're in downtown Raleigh. Behind me is the state capital of North Carolina, Raleigh. This is the main street of Raleigh. And Cityplat office is the first private building next to government offices on this street. It's been a great home for us for the last 5 years. All right, let's go. I'll show you the office. We're in downtown Raleigh. Behind me is the state capital of North Carolina, Raleigh. This is where the governor of North Carolina works. And right here, this is the main street of Raleigh, called Fayetteville Street. And the first two buildings closest to the government state capital is NC Court of Appeals and North Carolina Supreme Court. And Cityplat office is the first private building next to government offices on this street. So we are at the epicenter of Raleigh in North Carolina as it gets. There is a long story how I got to acquire it. At first, when I started buying real estate when I was in my early 20s, I always liked the building. It used to be the old Loris Weekly building, which was full basically of old law offices and law firms. And I wrote owner letters like I used to buy properties. I would write a personal letter and I would send it every 3 months and said, hey, I understand it doesn't have a for sale sign out front, but I really want to buy it. So please call me if you ever want to sell. Well, they never called. And then the recession happened. 2008, 2009, 2010, I got wiped out, lost everything. In like 2011, I'm totally broke. And then I got a call from the owner, which was a local attorney who owned it, who built the building originally. And he said, hey, if you still want to buy it, I still have your letters. I want $1 million, $1,060,000, which was the tax value of it. And I was like, shit, it's a great price. Like, I would love to buy it, but I'm totally broke. Like, I don't even have $100 to put gas in my car at the time, let alone buy $1 million building. So I called a couple of investors of mine, hey, we should buy this building together. And I just couldn't get any traction, couldn't get anybody to believe my vision. So I ended up not buying it. 8 years later, I started Cityplat and we were looking for a home and this building pops on the market at like $4 million, maybe more. We started negotiating and at the end of the day, we ended up getting it under contract for like $3.2 million. It's right in the middle of pandemic. We were supposed to close on it March 31st. Everything shuts down March 23rd of 2020. Luckily, they dropped the interest rates, so we still follow through with it. And we closed on it on April 3rd, right in the middle of when everything was shut down. We paid $3.2 million, which is 3 times what I was going to pay for it in 2011, but it was still worth it because now it's probably worth double. And it's been a great home for us for the last 5 years, but now we outgrew out of it again. We already leased out the floors that we used to owner-occupy ourselves to a different law firm, and we are just occupying the ground floor, which was vacant at the time we subleased the rest of our offices. And we're going to be here for another 6 to 8 months while we're building out our new office on the other side of town. Raleigh has been on a growth trajectory for the last 25 years, ever since I've been here. We have 3 major universities, NC State, Duke, and UNC Chapel Hill. We got Research Triangle Park, which is like a Silicon Valley of the East Coast. You got 2,500 companies that have headquarters here. So we're one of the major life sciences hub in the country. This combination creates growth opportunity where you have a lot of PhDs and masters and graduate students graduating every year, but they don't have to go anywhere to get jobs because we have a lot of high-paying jobs here in the Triangle with all those 2,500 companies that are headquartered at RTP offering high-paying jobs to people. So it creates, they have very high basic salaries, all those employees, yet the living expenses in Raleigh is relatively low compared to other more developed markets. So it creates this imbalance where there is a lot of opportunity for people to have disposable income. It means that they're going to be spending money eating out. There is demand for new retail. They're going to be buying new houses. There is demand for new home construction. So it's kind of like a perfect blend why Raleigh has been historically ranked number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4 in all kinds of accolades from Forbes to Fortune, for all kinds of different money magazines over the years. And we've just been lucky to be in real estate. We've just been riding a wave of forced appreciation, and pandemic only added fuel to the fire, where we had a lot of migration from up north and from west coast of people moving down here, which accelerated demand. Right now, Raleigh itself is only like maybe 500,000 people. The metro area is more like 1.3 million. which includes the suburbs around Raleigh. In general, we're still a fairly small town, but it's changing rapidly. At this rate of growth, there is no more land to expand to do suburban sprawl. So the only way to add more housing and more businesses is you start redeveloping existing stuff and to go vertical. So you see a lot of infill projects being built now. So our real estate portfolio in the Triangle area is probably at least a couple $100 million. 75% of our portfolio consists of small bay industrial and neighborhood retail centers. All right, let's go. I'll show you the office. We have our acquisition people who are licensed brokers. We got our listing people who are also licensed brokers. They handle leasing of our inventory. Because we got like 600 tenants, so constantly there's tenants moving in, moving out, vacancies, so we constantly have a need to lease spaces as they become available. But we also have our admin stuff, our underwriting folks, and principal partners, asset managers. That's a regular in office, everybody hustling, trying to figure out how to create a yield. We are capital allocators. We place equity out there, whether it's our own or investors' equity, and we try to generate a yield, hopefully beat the market. Our goal is to get over 20% return annualized to investors. We're not selling this property right now. At the same time, if somebody comes in and makes a good offer, we might consider it. But really, the way I look at it, I'm not a fan of selling anything ever. I'm a fan of always buying stuff. Ideally, never sell. And when people ask me, what's your ideal hold period? My response is forever. The mission of Cityplat is to enrich lives through the power of real estate. Real estate has transformed my life. Take normal people like myself. I was a teenager, right? 18 years old. Could barely speak English, no college degree, no money, no family connections, no credit, good or bad, simply no credit. And turn that person into a multi-millionaire many times over just through the vehicles of real estate, through leverage, through creative financing, and thus enable a normal person like myself to have an extraordinary life, to travel to extraordinary places, meet extraordinary people, and just do extraordinary things. That's what business enables normal people to do. There's zero ulterior motives in doing it other than help create awareness what this business can do.